Hey there! Welcome to the Distracted Librarians podcast. We're your friendly neighborhood bookworms with a penchant for all things pop culture.
Picture this as our digital campfire, where we dive into our latest obsessions, analyze our favorite distractions, and rediscover the joy of reading.
Whether you're a media enthusiast, a book lover, or just need a break from the daily grind, you've come to the right spot.
So kick back, relax, and get delightfully distracted with us.
Hey everybody! On this episode of Distracted Librarians, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things we're looking forward to in 2026. So we're going to talk about like reading resolutions, anticipated books and media for the upcoming year, and some exciting new library programs. So what kind of, do you guys have a reading resolution for the new year?
I have the same reading goal
The
that
same
I
one?
sign and fail every time. And it is to read at least 50% traditionally published books.
Okay.
And by the end of each year, I've said this every time, I fail every time. I want to have read at least 50% of the books that I own.
Okay.
Neither of these seem like lofty ambitions.
Well, yeah, but then life happens. Yeah.
Life happens and mood readerness happens.
Yes.
And
Random trips to the bookstore happen.
so many random trips to the book. I should not go to the bookstore anymore. That will never happen. But it's what I should do.
Speaking of which, we need another bookstore adventure.
Yes.
That too.
My big takeaway, we're recording this on December 2nd. My big takeaway from this past weekend has been I cannot be left unattended in a bookstore. It's dangerous. So,
I mean, there's worse things you could spend money on,
True.
like drugs and stuff. I don't know. Plenty of worse things. All right. So,
What about you? Any reading goals?
Well, so I usually do the 100 books. No specifics beyond that.
Okay.
And I read 105 for 2025. So I'm thinking I'm going to up the ante a little bit and try to read like 120 this year.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I'm working on inching my reading goal back up. My goal last year was for 2025 was 35. I am sitting at 39. I have a few books that I will finish before the end of the year. I have a book I will finish today or tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, if we put the goal at 40 for next year, it is upping the goal, but clearly it's achievable.
Yeah. And, the other day I noticed on Goodreads that they had, they have their recommended reading tabs that you can go to. And they had one and it was like short reads so that you can wrap up your resolution. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to look at this list because sometimes you just want to read something really quick and just get it done.
Oh, I had 1 year, I think 3 years ago, where I set a nonsense goal of like 125. When the previous year I'd read like 70.
Oh,
like
wow.
It was me being super ambitious
Okay.
for literally no reason. And then I got to like Halloween and still had a good 40 books to go. Mm-hmm. So I spent those 2 months reading either a novella or a graphic novel a day.
Okay.
And got there, but got there in a very calculated way.
So do you feel like you have a newfound respect for those things because you all of a sudden delved really deep into a particular type of book?
Yeah, and it was a great time. I've never been anti-novella. I love graphic novels, but being pretty focused on them for that stretch of time was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cleared a lot of the backlog of things that fit those genres that I was interested in.
Cool. So some of the other, what are some book resolutions that you guys have heard of before? I know there's all kinds of funky ones. I mean, there's usually the read more diverse books, which I think is a really great idea, or reading banned books. Trying to throw more of those into your list.
I see a lot of people, especially with the continuation of book social media spaces, Book Talk, Bookstagram. You get a lot of creators on those who will create their own reading challenges for their communities.
Oh, okay.
To try and build that engagement and build that conversation. So I think there's a lot out there that people can find. There's some that have been around forever that change up. There's people will do a general, I'm going to read one book that for every letter of the alphabet where the title starts with it, that sort of thing. So
That's a fun idea.
There's a lot out there.
Yeah.
Any way you can gamify it, I guess.
Yeah, totally. All right. Well, let's see. What are some things that we're looking forward to in the new year?
One that I have coming up is the Great Dane. I don't actually have when it comes out. I just know it's 2026. It is going to ruin my life and send me into a massive depression spiral. I'm so excited.
Okay.
So it is about a father whose son passes away. And as an aspect of his grief and mourning process, he goes to his son's favorite video game that had an ending that didn't satisfy like anyone who played it. But it ended really early. It ended really poorly from what a lot of the fans have thought. And it sort of sparked this whole community of looking for Easter eggs within the game and finding what the true ending should be.
Okay.
So the dad adopts a quest for himself that takes him to a farm in New York where one of the three creators lives.
Okay.
And through talking to him, you find that the three creators were this sort of power throuple that, were together for, I think, 22, 25 years, somewhere around there. And then the other two passed away. So he has been equally wallowing in this form of grief. And so the dad agrees to spend the summer on the farm helping the one survivor and giving him company and, establishing their connection to each other. And in return, the creator will help him find the true ending of the game to honor his kid.
Oh, okay.
It's going to crush me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be okay, but it sounds so good.
That sounds really good. Yeah. Wow, we got a full synopsis on something that's coming out in the new year. Cool.
Crushed it.
All right, are you looking forward to anything, Killian?
So I know a lot of people are looking forward to this one based just on the author because they're big fans of the Emily Wilde series.
Yes. What? Wait, what?
I have not read the Emily Wilde series. But new book by the author coming out in February is Agnes Auber's Mystical Cat Shelter.
Scribbles furiously on page.
And it is set in like 1920s Montreal.
Okay.
And it is about this woman who runs a cat shelter. And she has to move, and she finds out that her landlord is using the cat shelter as this charity front for this illicit magical goods shop that is kind of like in the same building.
Okay.
But the cat shelter is this very good appearance to the public type front for this illegal activity. It is cozy fantasy with cats, and thus I need it. I just happened upon this in scrolling through, I think, NetGalley advanced copies.
Oh, boy, it's on there?
It might have been NetGalley. It might have been Goodreads. I don't even know anymore. But I went, I have such a good track record with books set in the 1910s, 1920s, 1930s. Like, I'm sure there are bad ones out there. Those are not the ones that find their way to me. Every one that I've read, I'm just like, oh my gosh. So thus I need this.
Okay.
But also cats.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I am happy to announce that the 8th book of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series will be coming out in 2026.
Nice.
And for those of you that aren't familiar with Dungeon Crawler Carl, I think I've talked about it on a previous podcast, but just in case. The world as we know it has ended. And Carl is trapped in a dungeon crawl, which is basically like he is fending for his life there's all these awful, horrible creatures that are constantly trying to kill him and other crawlers who are trying to kill him. He is trapped in this dungeon with his cat, which isn't even his cat. It was his girlfriend's cat. And she's wonderful because she becomes she gets a potion, and then she turns into a talking cat, a big talking cat, and she's pretty great. Her name is Princess Donut, and he's running around in his boxer shorts, and it's pretty great. It's a great series. It sounds absolutely, completely ridiculous, but it's awesome. And number 8 is coming out, and I'm excited about that.
Nice.
Yeah, totally. Also, I gotta say, the audiobooks are like the best. Anyway, yeah. Anything else?
I've got an End of an Era
Okay.
coming, the last Heartstopper volume,
Oh, I did see that on a list I was looking at.
as well as the Heartstopper movie to close out the series.
Oh, wow.
On Netflix.
Okay.
Both are coming in 2026.
So Drew's not going to be okay in 2026.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh, if we had any hope.
I mean,
no.
this episode is about looking forward to things.
I've got a really sad TJ Klune
Yes.
coming, too.
Oh, my gosh. Looking forward to sadness in 2026. Oh, wow.
I'm discovering my emotional layers.
Okay. That's good. Peel those back.
But I'm excited for the series to end, mainly because for a while we weren't sure if we were getting like an end to the series. They didn't announce a season 4 when season 3 ended the way that they'd done with previous seasons. So the fan base was stressed. And then they announced the movie to close it out. We originally thought that the graphic novel would get 5 volumes. It went to 6 because Alice had more to say. So we've already gotten, more out of this than, frankly, any of us were expecting to. And I'm excited to see how it ends.
Yeah.
It's a story that's been sitting with me for 4 years straight now.
Sure.
And, Kit and Joe have fantastic careers to get back to. And I'm just really excited.
Nice. Very cool. Anything else?
Yeah, I have another series, later part of a series coming out. This is the second book in a series. And I didn't get to talk about the first one in the best of episode because we ran out of time. But this is the second book in a series by Sarah Rosh. The first one is An Entanglement of Rival Wizards. That's an academic, rivals to lovers, like kind of modern day fantasy world type of thing. This is the next one in the series, The Fake Divination Offense. And it comes out in May. These books are just so tropey and campy in a way that a lot of, you don't get a lot of, I don't think. I haven't found a lot that just embrace the amount of cheese that you can get out of a romance and out of these romance tropes. So it's campy, it's queer, it's fantasy, and I'm just really excited. This one is fake dating, and that's a trope that I really enjoy in books. So I can't wait. I'm excited.
Nice. Speaking of a series, because I guess that's what we like, the series Amari and the Night Brothers is coming out with a new book, a 4th book. Wow. I was expecting it to be a trilogy, but we've moved beyond the trilogy. So it is called Amari and the Metalwork Menace, and that is by B.B. Alston. The series is just really, really super fun. I kind of fell in love with the first book. And, sometimes the first book is the greatest. But I would honestly say that the books that followed were just as good. So this is definitely a series that I think is solid instead of just being like, oh, the first one was really good. So I've read all 3 of them to my kids, and they love the books, and they're always shouting their, oh my God, the treachery, because, there's always going to be the plot twist, and, the person that everybody likes ends up not being a really great guy after all, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really, really a great middle grade series for kids.
That's one of my favorite ones to recommend.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
It's easy too. It's it's a situation where even if you have a kid that is a reluctant reader, they'll probably be able to read Amari because they're not super long, they're not super complicated, but they have a lot of very interesting elements. So it's like high interest and not quite as
A
much
lot
of
happens.
It's not a huge investment in sitting down to read a book. It's not going to scare them when you thump the 400-page book in front of them. So, yeah.
I've got one more really off-the-wall one.
Okay.
The Broadway run of Cats the Jellicle Ball. I'm so excited for.
What's a jellicle ball?
So, Cats in general
Okay.
is this crazy show from the 80s by Andrew Lloyd Webber. And it is essentially a group of cats auditioning based on the hardships of their life for who deserves to ascend into cat heaven at the end of the show.
Oh, okay.
It's super weird. It's basically just a roll call of all of these different cats.
Okay.
And the show has frankly never worked for me. You know, I've seen it live. I've seen the weird Taylor Swift movie adaptation. And as a show, it hasn't made sense to me. This is reimagining it in the world of the 80s ballroom scene.
Oh. Well, that's fun.
So they're remaking the music. It's going to be that like 80s style. It's going to be in the ballroom world where they're going to be voguing and whacking and figuring out all of that. It started off Broadway and to rave reviews.
Cool.
And it's moving to Broadway, I want to say in March.
Okay.
And I don't know that I'll make it to New York. It's been a number of years since I've been there, but I need the cast recording Something Fierce. I need that in my life.
Awesome.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, very cool. Do you have anything else, Killian?
Yeah. I'm going to just throw my last two in here quickly because I don't have a ton to say about one. I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Mossed in Space by Rebecca Thorne is coming out in July. And
Wait, what's that first word?
Mossed. MOSS''D.
Okay.
It is a cozy science fiction by the author of the Tea and Tomes series, or The Gilded Abyss just came out. And it is cozy science fiction with sentient moss that is a snarky organic computer.
Of course.
And, do I know a ton about this yet? No. I've seen a few TikToks with the author talking about it, and I've read the Goodreads description, but it just sounds wild and out there, and I'm here for it.
Sure.
I love things that are cozy genres.
Yeah.
And so I will take weird, cozy science fiction. Sure, why not? Let's give it a shot. And then I have a video game because that's who I am as a person. From the developers that brought Spiritfarer, which is a devastating game that I adore, where that one deals with grief and death. This one deals with family relationships, particularly estranged family. And so it is an action-adventure game where you play as, the heiress to this family, and the powers that you have and the story overall are affected by these interactions you have with your estranged family members. So you interact with estranged siblings and things like that, and you can duel them and fight them, and I presume remove them from the world. But you can also reconcile with them.
Okay.
And that affects your powers as the player and the story of your family. And it sounds like it's going to be a little bit different than Spiritfarer in terms of mechanics, but I really loved Spiritfarer, and they're saying, it's pretty much most of the same team with a few additions. So I'm down to give it a shot because, like I said, I adore Spiritfarer as a concept, that the graphics, the music, and the storyline are so great. So I have very high expectations for all of those things with this one.
Yeah. Cool. I just jumped on to see what movies were coming out this coming year. And there's some cool stuff that's going to be kind of happening. There's going to be a second Super Mario movie, which I don't know. Did you guys watch the first one?
Once, yeah.
I thought it was really cute.
It was fun, yeah.
I enjoyed it. So this one is going to be Super Mario Galaxy, whatever the heck that means. But
It's a
should be
different
enjoyable.
game,
Yeah. Okay. And then Project Hail Mary is coming out
Yes.
this coming year. Have you guys read the book?
The
Oh my
movie looks
God.
fantastic.
You
though.
have to read the book.
It's on my list before
It
the movie
is
comes out.
so good. It is so good. I cannot wait to see how they make some things happen in that story because it's really wonderful. Instead of doing another season of Mandalorian, they have decided that they're putting out a Mandalorian movie, which this is a surprise to me, but it's going to be called The Mandalorian and Grogu, and it is going to be a full-length film that is coming out in lieu of another season of Mandalorian. I love those. I love the seasons of Mandalorian because I'm a dork and I just love little Grogu. So
We'll have to let Celia know.
yes, we'll have to let Celia know. Okay, and then just one more. The Odyssey movie is coming out. And this is going to be a huge undertaking. I mean, obviously. And we mentioned Emily earlier, so, you know, another tie into that. It's a Christopher Nolan movie. It's going to have Matt Damon, Tom Holland, and Anne Hathaway
All right.
in it, along with like Charlize Theron and a couple other people. What's Anne Hathaway gonna do?
She's going to have a big year because isn't Devil Wears Prada 2
Yeah.
and Princess Diaries 3 in the works too?
Yeah.
I forgot about those.
Yeah. So
Like she's going to have a banger of a year.
yeah, cool. All right. Oh, Dune Messiah. So there was Dune 1, Dune 2. They wrapped that up. This is the second book from the Dune series that they're making into a movie.
Oh, nice.
That's also coming out, which I gotta get in on that. So cool. Do we have anything else? No. All right. So we want to talk about library programs because those are things that are coming up in the new year. Drew, what's going on in the new year for adult?
Yeah, we have a winter reading challenge that starts a little bit before this episode comes out, I think December 21st.
Okay.
And goes through the whole of January. And it's going to be really sweet, really cozy. It is, you read and log books onto Beanstack. You get extra points for going through activities, doing the teen craft kits, coming to like the puzzle tournament or the concerts that we have going on.
Okay.
And just in general, you know, participating in the library.
Okay.
Yeah, something to get us through the cold months.
How are the books chosen for that?
Reader's choice.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, you read whatever you want.
Yep,
Okay.
you read whatever you want, you log it into the app,
Gotcha.
and it tracks based on books read.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
The Winter Reading Challenge is also for youth. So kids can also read and log the days that they read and do challenges and enter to win the grand prize gift card. So,
Yay. I love gift cards.
yeah.
So in youth services, we are also having Family Fortnight is going to be on February 6th. And this is a really cool program that we do at the library. It's after hours. We shut off all the lights. We hand out glow sticks and flashlights and blankets and clips to people. And you can just make a fort anywhere in the library and read books as a family or play games. It's a great way to kind of just do something different for an evening. And that is a program that has no registration. And then we're also having a dragon party in youth.
What does that mean?
Dragon party. So we have like these really cool themed parties where we like set up stations in a room, and depending on what it is, like we just did a superhero party.
We've done unicorn. We've done mermaid.
Yeah. So, you know, if it's something that you love, you show up to the library. There are stations with crafts and fun things that you can do. Sometimes we have like cool characters that show up for the parties. And it is like just a party based all on that one subject. So if you love dragons, a dragon party is for you.
Nice.
That's going to be on January 16th from 4:30 to 5:30. Again, no registration needed. So we hope to see you at one of those programs or sign up for our winter reading challenge. Do we have anything else? Any notes?
I mean, I'd love to know what our listeners are looking forward to in 2026 as well.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
Because we are looking for more things to read.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Yes. And sad stuff, apparently.
Well,
It's a journey.
Drew's emotional layers. Apparently, that's the layer of the onion this year.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Distracted Librarians.
Many thanks to BCTV for their support in recording, editing, and releasing this podcast, and to the Friends of the Library for sponsoring closed captioning on every episode.
If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to reach out to us at distracted@btpl.org.
Until then, keep those pages turning and those screens lighting up. We'll catch you in the next episode.
The views and opinions expressed in the Distracted Librarians podcast do not necessarily reflect those of Bloomfield Township Public Library, Bloomfield Community Television, the Birmingham Area Cable Board, or its producers or production staff.